In my time in the Senate, I have endeavored
Senator Cruz talking before AIPAC, as have all of the candidates vying for the presidency this year. We will go back if we do hear a new development from the senator. Joining us now, Congressman Tom Marino. He is a member of the Homeland Security Committee. He also serves on the Foreign Affairs and Judiciary Committees. Congressman, great to have you with us. We're just listening to from words from Senator Cruz, very accommodative, promising healing and bringing the country together. You wouldn't know such a thing was possible if you listen to all of the vitriol on the campaign trail these days, would you?
No, you wouldn't. But I think Donald, I heard a little bit of his speech just as I was getting ready to come down here, and you know, he's made that Israel a commitment, number one. But getting back to the issue of the vitriol, I think you're going to see it wane at this point, because the bottom line is, Lou, it's inevitable. Donald is going to have the delegates, he's going to win the primary, and he's going to beat Hillary Clinton. I had a meeting with him today, several of us, and you couldn't meet with a more polite, humble man who sat and listened to a bunch of congressmen speak. And that's a pretty tough thing to do, but he did it well.
Are you talking about his patience at that point?
Yes, I am talking about his patience, because you know when we congressmen start talking, it's tough to get us to stop.
Well, you know, I'm going to use a tactic of diversion, if I may, and turn to his conversations with the Washington Post editorial board, in which he basically called for a withdrawal of significant American forces and a realignment of NATO to conform to what is a new reality in the 21st century. And that's certain to create a lot of buzz and talk and energy and controversy on the campaign trail, and certainly there in the city in which you work. It made a lot of sense, however, to me, and it took cognizance of a world that is far changed from when NATO was born 60 years ago.
Lou, you know, I'm vice president of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly. I go overseas several times a year and meet with the other 27 NATO countries. And NATO does have to make a shift. It has to get into fighting terrorism. But another thing that Donald, I think, brought out very clearly is the United States cannot continue to fund NATO on its own. The other countries have to step up to the plate, put the resources there, the money, the equipment, and the personnel to make it effective.
And as we look at what is happening now throughout the Middle East, his reaching out in his comments today to the folks at AIPAC, he seems genuinely and I think convincingly to the folks there, because they're giving him standing ovations, demonstrating a command of issues that a lot of people said simply were not present in his mind. He absolutely refuted that today, don't you think?
I sure do. And I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, but he said there is absolutely no light that gets between the United States and Israel. And that's when I heard the most loud applause.
Well, Congressman, we appreciate you being with us. Always good to see you. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Congressman Tom Marino. We're coming right back. There's a lot more to cover, and we've got it right here for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Donald Trump today assuring his supporters they're about to win the nomination.
We're doing very well in Arizona and very well pretty much every place else. So we won't have to worry about fighting at a convention.
Will Trump clinch the nomination before the convention? Ed Rollins and Michael Goodwin join me here next with the answers.